Sing dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding. All right. Ding dong, ding dong. All right. Ding dong, ding dong. Christmas bells are ringing. Ding, 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 dong, ding, dong. Cold as a witch's, it gets worse every day. It's so cold. My sack is falling off. Do, 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 do. My sack is falling off. Do, do, it's so cold. Ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong, ding, dong. Ring Christmas bell, ding, diddy dee dee diddy dee dee diddy dee dee diddy dee dee diddy dee diddy dee ding diddy doo. Ba ba boo boo boo. Hello, Shimmy. Do 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 ding dong ding. Hello, Jeff. How are ya? Welcome in, Callie Mo. Merry Sack Christmas. I'm telling you what, Shimei, it's unrelenting here, this cold. Every day our high temperature goes lower, lower, and ooh, I feel like I'm a refrigerator. I know I shouldn't complain because it's bitter, and I know you guys got a surge, but yeah, wow. Please hit the thumbs up if you're coming in. It's greatly appreciated. I'm not going to be on super long tonight. I've got to be up early on the road. We got a return engagement in Vegas tomorrow. So I'm going to be on the road early. I'm probably going to be battling that tool fog through the Central Valley. I don't really look forward to that. I got somebody's really on my butt tonight with their high beams. Freezing in Wisconsin. How you doing, Kaylee? Wow, could we creep along any slower in the parade route here? Dun dun do 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 do. It's the Frozen Sack Parade 2025. So welcome in, everybody. We got 25 people and only 3 thumbs up tonight. Makes me wonder what I do wrong. The people come, but they don't like it. Come on, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. I work hard every day. I got a nice video coming tomorrow morning. Gonna have a lot of good content coming up. Road trip, little mini road trip within the road trip. I think everybody's gonna enjoy that. I think. do 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 do. Yeah, thank you. Let's keep pounding that thumbs up button for people out there getting it done on freezing nights. 48 degrees. What a catastrophe for the state here. From north to south, everybody's sacks are frozen. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding 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 ding. Hello, Elmer, Nick. How you guys doing? Boy, this place turned into be another bloody disaster, didn't it? This community thing. I don't know what the hell it's supposed to be. Oh, I said, haul out the holly. We got a train coming through. Do ba 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 do ba dee 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 dee. Oh man. This ain't Escalon, brother. Do 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 do. I remember the night we came along here and somebody busted off the cross arm on on one of these things. It was pretty wild. The guy in the truck just took the whole thing off. Hey Melody, how are you? Hello Naomi. Do 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 do. Whoop de doo. Boo 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 boo. Man, this person was driving me crazy with their driving. Do 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 do. Ba boo 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 do 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 do. Hello, doctor. The doctor is in the house. 47 degrees, man. It just gets worse by the day. Worster and worster. Oh, I miss those green fields of summer. La dee dee, boo boo boo. La hey monkey boy Lou, do 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 do. Do 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 do. I just got to think warm thoughts of summer. Those green fields of summer. Do 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 do. As we go through the S-curve of doom, do, 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 la da dee, do, 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 boo, 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 do, do, thus exhibiting the superior handling quality of the van. Two-finger control. Takes the tightest S-curves with no apparent sweat. I don't know where following. Oh, he's still behind me. Oh, he just turned there. LA's in its own weather zone. It's on the other side of the Angeles Mountains there. Green fields of summer. Oh, it's terrible here. It's cold as a witch's. Da dee 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 doo doo. Baba Louie, boo 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 boo. Scobbity boo 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 boo. Doo 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 doo. Ooh 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 ooh. Da da dee, da da doo doo. Yeah, we'll be on the road early tomorrow. Best way to travel. Hello, Aquarius. Do do do, do 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 do. Baba Louie, Baba Boo, Baba Boo. They're probably selling big meats down here today. There's nothing like little meat sweats to warm you up a little bit. Who doesn't like some good old meat sweats? Do do do, do 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 do. Baba Lou, boo boo boo. Hey, Buttercup, baby. Oh, man. Yeah, the meatier, the better. Nice big meat stick. Oh, I'm in the hood. All right, dude, back it out. Come on. It's nothing like a Pakistani 7-Eleven guy who's yakking in Spanish. You gotta love it. You've gotta love it. Well, I'm all packed up, guys. I've got my sack warmers. I got hand warmers I'm taking with me. I think I've got a bed as prepared as I can possibly be. To rig for chilly weather. I know up in the Tehachapi Mountains it's going to be probably in the 20s as I pass through tomorrow. The good news, I don't think there'll be any snow, or we're under a really, hey Cobra John, we're under a really dominant high pressure system right now, and there's not, hey Kelly, there is not a hint of any moisture or anything, which I'm not complaining, trust me. October, November, yeah, they were pretty wet. So I'm kind of enjoying it. If the rest of the winter was like this, I'd be a very happy camper. So I know that the weather is going to be decent down in the weather is going to be decent in Vegas. So somebody said, I thought you were spending January, February, March in Vegas. Well, I had kind of planned to, but you know, I've got to carry out some improvements on the Rancho. Specifically, I want to, it's a new year, should have a little bit of money in the new year, and I want to put a split system into the Shine Shack. I want to repaint in there and refresh and get that ready for what I don't know yet. Uh, I'm not sure. Still, if somebody's interested and they're willing to pay the 1,000 a month or whatever, they're welcome to contact. I need a new ceiling light installed. I do that stuff all the time. I got the call out at church that went to open some door and the damn thing almost came off of its hinges. Jeez, that's it's like a hello, hello. I got a lot of work to do here when I come back for some stuff. Can I rent it out for my death metal band to practice? You know what? I think it would be ideal because this neighborhood wouldn't care. Right? Nobody ever calls the cops. It's all cool. I've had people having party ragers on the alley there till 3, 4 a.m., where I've sometimes had to walk over years ago and just cruise on in. One of them, I ended up drinking a little bit with them, and the sun was coming up when I left, so. My neighborhood is pretty much soundproof. Yeah, you can make moonshine again. That's it. Thing is, Mike Jetson, we need a bootlegger. Right. All of my contacts are dead or, have moved on or whatever to new. So there's not many people. I'm probably one of the few out here in California that can really make a really good dose of a really good a spread of liquor. Drums usually make for, neighbors. Yeah, I was a party animal. Yeah, that's me. Oh, I know I can. I'm just saying, think about people these days. In the old days, a lot of people were much more adventurous. They would try things. And nowadays, if somebody looks at something and they watch my video from grains to glass, which shows the whole process of moonshining, they would look at that and they would say, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. It's too much work to cook grains, to do a fermenting, to have heaters running in winter and having to go out and stir it every day, then transfer it into the still, run the still with a high degree of skill to be able to get the most yield out. Then, bottle it up and potentially barrel it. They would look at that and say, "Oh no, hell no. You think I'm schlepping 50-pound bags of grain around and 50-pound bags of sugar? Hell no." Right? I would rather buy, it's like expecting Chimay to make her own fireball or whatever. Right? It ain't going to happen, boys. All right, the distiller, you can see all of my videos. My most popular one, From Grains to Glass, just covered the whole doggone process. I also know February, March, I have to make a trip back east. They're having some big whoop-de-doo for my grandson, and of course there's another one on the way, so I'm going to be heading east. I'm not sure if I'm going to fly for shorty or whether I'm going to drive there. It's not the easiest thing in February, March to negotiate the Rockies and the Great Plains. It could be a killing field out there. I don't know. That would get Amanda a hug and kiss. Very, very tingly. What I would probably do is, combine it with seeing some other people or whatever, and make a go of it. I might go across the south, make my way through by way of Arizona and New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, and all through the south. You couldn't really make it in a local bar because it's you need a certain skill set to make liquor, and it really took a solid year and a half. And it was a very, very hard apprenticeship, because, imagine having the boss yelling at you all the time. Figure it out, do better, or whatever. I didn't come up here to boil water. Get this stuff straightened out. A very tough apprenticeship. And it's not like you can sit down and just follow directions. You got to know how to get that stuff off the worm, and it's a process. Anybody can make a dippy little crappy 40% alcohol, but try making 90, 94 proof. Okay, you're talking about some 94%, 188 to 192 proof. That's where this good. It's the same as, if you remember, on Breaking Bad. Right, there's a difference between the meth that's 96%, the blue, oh, tight, blue, pink, whatever, just keep bringing it. And the crappy stuff that Todd made, which was like 70%, there's a huge difference between in taste and everything else. So I don't think there's any moonshiners around. I think I'm one of the few in the state that ever, it's kind of a east southern thing. It's not really a western thing. So I don't know. You guys know what I mean. There's a big difference between just making alcohol and then making something that you would actually have people that want to buy. Or I didn't have a Tuco Salmonica to hand me bags of $50,000, $100,000 or whatever. Yeah, we just call it white dog out here. White, like all liquor comes off clear off of it still. Don't be fooled. People think that brown colored tequila or lemon colored vodkas. No. All liquor comes off, if you're doing it correctly, everything comes off crystal clear. All right. Well, it's pretty potent, but I had people seek me out because they can't get the, it's got good flavor. It was barrel aged. I had people pissed off that they couldn't get it. Right? It's like in Breaking Bad. Well, we had a few production problems. Well, you bring me this? Chiclets? Are you kidding me? I'm expecting 2 pounds. It makes me not that. You don't want to drink it. The only time I took my bourbon everywhere around, and people tested it when I went on my 2017 road trip. They tried it. They enjoyed it. Yeah, Everclear is the same thing. It's a very high percent alcohol, but you're not really getting any flavor, so it makes it very dangerous. It makes it dangerous when you have something that is tasteless. I mean, you'll get a burn on it, but you could really mess yourself up seriously on that crap. All right, that's the last stop on the Alcohol Express on the streets anyway, is straight up Everclear. That's it. It's cheap. It'll knock the crap out of you. But these people like to drink Four Locos and Old English and Steel Reserve and all that crap. I received the first part of my smell wonder. Hello, beautiful. Well, I'm glad to hear that. You got a little something for your birthday, and that's nice. Yeah, you deserve that. You're a good kid. So what I'm saying is I'm going to be around, but I'm going to make more careful plans for the future. I don't know if I'm going to sell. I don't think I'm going to sell this year. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to sell this. I've got a lot of thinking to do about things. I have a very important video coming up. I've not done an update about the U.S., the world, and the markets and all that. And some very disturbing trend is underway that's really going to blast some people. You want to check that out tomorrow because, I'm happy to say we're always on the front end of what's coming and what people are going to be talking about in 2 or 3 months. And they're going to be talking about this. All right. they're going to be talking about this. And, you think the tax guy's got his hand in your pocket now. Oh, whoa, Nelly. Well, check it out. Check it out tomorrow morning. It'll be the morning fair while I'm on the road heading down to Las Vegas. I hope I don't have too much in the way of fog through the Central Valley. We'll just have to fight our way through it if it's there. It's a really cold night. Maybe it's cold enough now that there's not much moisture left, so it'll be okay. I don't know. I hope so. Please take a second. We got 70 people here, and we only have 26 thumbs up. Any support is appreciated. It's a new month. As many of you know, I turn off my personal donos for the month of November so we can channel everything toward the fundraiser, which I'm happy and ecstatic and happy. It was so great this year. And now it's a new month and it's back on if anybody supports you. I'm heading tomorrow morning. I'll be on the road at 4:45 a.m. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise and the old mule don't kick off on the way to the mine. I will be down there tomorrow. And hopefully I'll be live tomorrow afternoon. I think we're going to, since Mr. Z's on vacation this week, I think we're going to kick it off with cookout tomorrow night to just begin. And I think that's kind of that's going to be fun to kick it off the first night. I'll probably stop at Lee's Liquor and pick up a little pint of something to have for the week on the road, and everything else is we head up to the higher altitudes of Nevada to Goldfield and Tonopah. Yeah, it's cold as a witch's, like the headline says. So I'm kind of playing it by ear. Yeah, thank you very much, Mike. But in the meantime, I am working down on, I really want to sell off a lot of stuff this year. I want to get down to a select few 4 or 5 stereo systems, and the rest of them I'm going to put up for sale. Hey Cindy, if anybody wants one, I would give a steep discount to people on my chat if they pledge to take good care of the units and not to blow them out and do stupid shit with them. You selling gold? You'll have to watch the video tomorrow, Buttercup baby. You'll have to watch tomorrow's video. It's all covered in there. Plus the newest thing that people are going to be bitching about in a major way in 2026. Once again, we're on the bow of the ship looking forward and seeing another iceberg coming that really nobody else is talking about right now. And it's going to be a barn burner. It's going to be a barn burner. So check out tomorrow. Everything is updated. It's about a 20-minute video. Get your cup of coffee, kick back. Hey, Ma Rich, and give me a thumbs up tomorrow and hype it up. We wait to see what you have. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. So the agenda is to get to Vegas tomorrow and then party a little bit. And Monday, I don't know if Monday we'll probably do a mega stream. Probably Tuesday get to bed together with the Z, and then Wednesday start early for up the road. Yeah, EU's pulling their U.S. treasury. There's all kinds of moving parts here, and you want to be. This is a new wrinkle tomorrow, Buttercup baby. This is a new thing that's coming. And there hasn't been a lot of talk about it, but I saw the first outbreak of it today, and it promises to be, if the pieces fall in place the way I expect, it's going to really be, it's going to be tough for some people. It's going to be very, very difficult. And it's going to be a case if something has to give, it's impossible. Well, a European Union is fraught with problems anyway. There's a lot of dissimilarities between Italy and Germany and the other EU nations. So and then I'm sure later on the week there'll be some bringing my Walther P22 with some 22 LR ammo with me. A little fun plinking around with the 22. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe with UK. Let's put it this way, Dr. Frankenstein. When stuff's going good and the money's flowing, shit, everybody's your friend. All right, what's going on, Boy Blue? When times start to get rough, I don't even know you, dude. Who in the hell are you? Right? I don't know you. Move on. And it's going to be interesting to see England negotiate 2026. It's going to be very, very interesting to see them negotiate 2026 with their need to cut budgets. Hey, Joni, because they really don't have like the hotbeds of innovation. London's still a very important financial center, but there's not much going on in the way of technology there. Yeah, it's the last remnants. Yeah, that's it. So there's not much in the way of innovation. The cost of living is outrageous. Storied institutions like fish and chips are gone by the wayside. The whole culture is changing to become more Middle Eastern. It's I wish them well. It's a tough road. It's a tough road. Financial jobs due to AI. I'm so broken, no way to do it. Well, if you need anything, Cindy, reach out. If you need anything at all, reach out. Well, I cover that off in my video tomorrow too, as we've already talked about it here. AI has an upside for profitability, but it has a downside in eating your consumer. Right? You suddenly truncate people's ability to consume by if you lose a high-paying job. Statistically, you're going to take a 40% pay cut in your next job. So think about that when they factor the average income. Remove Elon Musk, remove Zuckerberg, and some of these people, and you have a far different picture of the average income in this nation. Meanwhile, Chinese trade continues to grow. Exports continue to move upward. It's a passing of the flag, ladies and gentlemen. It's a passing of the flag. What is the real purpose of SpaceX surrounding our planet? Which I don't know. So that people can collide into stuff and die in space. Oh, Cindy. I'm 100%. You need it. You only reach out. I ain't born to the purple, but damn, you've done enough nice things in here and for others. Yeah, I'll be first in line. I don't know what it is, Doctor. There's so much debris floating in space now that shit's starting to get damaged by ramming into things. Can you imagine that? Wow. I think we have some high-tech shit that very few people are even aware of. Our assets can't lose. Well, you can. If you watch my video tomorrow, yeah, you can lose. You can lose. A lot of things are assets masquerading. A lot of things are liabilities masquerading as assets. Well, I appreciate you, honey. I love you too. I love you loads. You've done nothing except set a high standard for years around YouTube with your ethics, with your work ethic, and everything else. Canned goods and shotguns. I think it's worse than that, Dr. Frankenstein. If it was all over in a fast, sharp amputation without benefit of anesthetics or whatever, it'd be a different story. But the slow, methodical grind. This shoe drops over here. This shoe drops. Yesterday it's beef, right? The day before it's eggs, and now it's record high prices for stuff. Now copper's at a record high, and it's almost like death by 1,000 cuts. Oh, they'll get food. People will get food. I don't think that's immediate. I see that as like a 2 or 3 year down the road situation here. I think when and I may be, I could be dead wrong. Ma Rich certainly has a different opinion about, but I think when the AI bubble pops, which I believe it will, because a little AI goes a long way, there's not a hell of a lot of difference between them. You're going to see a lot of overinvestment. It's going to be a lot of overinvestment. It's going to have to be rationalized coming up. A lot of data centers, a lot of that redundant shit. Rosie, you can't not buy. Well, it depends what you're buying, Boy Blue. Don't buy a liability that's masquerading as an asset. My church sells number 10 tin canned goods. Okay, beans. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, Latter-day Saints are supposed to have a year's worth of food on the shelf, from what I knew. I don't know a lot about the faith. I know extensively about Joseph Smith, but I don't know extensively about, if that's still something that they do. So what I think, Dr. Frankenstein, hey Supernova, we're doing all right, a little cold. I think it's just things are just a slow grind. That just grinds and grinds and grinds and grinds. Well, you might have a different tune tomorrow when you hear tomorrow's video. And as usual, I come loaded with facts. I don't come with unsubstantiated stuff. But anyway, I was certainly wrong about Bitcoin gone from 38,000 to 126,000. But now it does look like a much shakier proposition out there. So it certainly doesn't have the psychology behind it that it used to have. And the level of interest is almost imperceptible at this point in time. It got a little bit of bump when some of the mutual funds said that they were going to start alternative currency mutual funds and things, but that kind of went out like a damp squib. It's been grinding a long time. Yeah. Yeah, you too. I can't wait to see you too when I get out there. There's a good chance I'll be traveling on Christmas, and the Central Valley could be figuring into that. I haven't quite decided yet. I would not mind being in Lone Pine or Bishop for Christmas. If it dips, you'll buy more what, Boy Blue? What are you talking about? Buy more what? You have to be definitive and declarative with the things that you say. I mean, I definitely value your opinions. In terms of when people get fed up, my point is food shortage would be an abrupt thing for Americans. I think instituting the EBT work requirement hasn't really begun yet. And I think the realities of that will kick in the new year. I think that's one thing that's going to be a profound change. It's going to be new ground for some people to have to actually do something productive in their lives. That's going to be an enormous sea change for a lot of people. Will it go well? No, there'll be ways that people work around it. There'll be people signing off on work slips. There'll be fake companies that are hiring people and all of that. Hey, Glasgow, how are you? Yeah, I've got no complaints. We're in the season of Advent. I'm enjoying it. Thank you, Glasgow. Good to see you. Eat at home and make all meals at home. Yeah. Well, I think that's another foreign thing these days. The number of people, young people that are actually cooking these days, I don't have any data, but I suspect it's a rather meager percentage. I mean, the ones that I think are around, a lot of them, there's record high numbers of people in their 30s living with their parents now. I just don't see it in cookware sales and stuff like that. Home cooking is better for you. I don't know, Glasgow. You know what? If you're home cooking, you're probably going to wash your hands. If you're eating at the local choke and puke, maybe the guy wiped his butt after he took the morning dump. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he washed his hands. Maybe he didn't. My son's 20 and he lives with anybody. He pays his bills and I don't mind. It's too expensive. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a common thing. There's nothing wrong with that. The quantitative easing, Boy Blue, you cannot quantitatively ease when you're at a record high. You're talking about introducing rank speculation. Then you really will have something like the 1920s with every dumbbell in the world buying. Hell, they're coming to a screeching halt or pay out the wazoo. You consider a leech. Well, it's hard to undo that stuff. It's like, remember the chancellor of the exchequer, the woman, the finance minister for Britain, had a breakdown in the halls of Parliament, blubbering like a baby because of a proposed 3% cut in social welfare spending. Holy crap! What is it going to be like when they got a hack at 30%? But I don't see that immediately. What I do see is high value jobs. I mean, I was talking to my daughter when I was in LA. One of her friends from junior league has been laid off of McKinsey and Company. That's a pretty, it's $150,000 entry level job for consulting. AI just wiped out a whole group there. Of course, I don't think anybody below 50 years old should be a consultant anyway. Tell you the truth. Hey, Julie, you take a kid that got a BA in business, then he gets an MBA, comes out. And you're going to be a consultant? No, I don't think so. Yeah, copper roofs. All bull markets have a copper roof, right? Uh, 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 uh. So I'm not sure we haven't already chopped out AI, because every day more competing models are coming on, and more chips are being introduced. Huawei has introduced very high power chips that basically are like Nvidia. So it's difficult. It's still struggling with the burst property bubble, deflation, and weak demand. Yeah, we saw Beijing like to wean itself off its export. Yeah, and look at their exports continue to rise. It's what's keeping the country afloat. And right, and they've accumulated a ton of cash, but what they're not willing to do is just willy-nilly put money into people's hands and say, buy what you want to buy. All right, here we are. Hey, Candy, how are you, honey? Nice to see you. $9.99, missing my favorite. I am back. Merry Christmas. It's wonderful to see you back. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, that's what I cover tomorrow, but that's already baked in the cake right now. And don't be fooled. The money continues to flow into China. They're rejiggering all of their manufactured products to other nations now. In other words, the U.S. is not the big market that it was, but they've taken steps to reposition a lot of their output. So. But shouldn't a strengthening currency make they don't ever allow it to strengthen. But after a while, they'll have no choice. The demand for yuan will be so high that no central bank will be able to control the value. I think the stock will boom. Yeah, I'm just saying, but boy, blue stock market boom is already built into AI. In other words, there's no more, everybody expects Nvidia to have strong growth. But you look at companies that are actually producing things like Kraft Heinz and other manufacturing companies that are grappling with high commodity input prices, they're struggling. They're struggling. I'm talking about companies that actually produce goods and not just produce knowledge and crap. Hey, Amanda. You look at McDonald's. Yeah, they're moving a lot of merch, but they're having sleepless nights out there in Oak Brook, Illinois. Looking at the price of beef, looking at the consumers, wondering how impaired they are, wondering what they have to discount and have apps to get people in the door and all that stuff. I mean, it's not a slam dunk. I mean, would you want to be in this? Would you want to own a small business right now? A little restaurant in Seattle or Portland or Santa Rosa? Hell no. Hell no. That's the bottom line. So the job loss, the job closures of mom and pop places have been staggering over the last year. The small business failures are booming right now. I'm looking at these baristas. The average barista makes $33,000 a year for Starbucks. I mean, they're still on strike in New York City. Meanwhile, Starbucks already has a freestanding little coffee place that it has a robot making it. You press the button, you put your credit card in, and it tells you, it sit there, woo, 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 and it just, you get your coffee right out made by a robot. To just like they did during the creation of personal, computers. But I think a lot of the power of AI is very overstated, though, in terms of what people think it's thinking and things like that. I would open a business in Sandusky and surrounding areas booming. I don't know. You know, it's a friendlier business climate, and it should be booming because the job market in California, New York, Illinois is growing maybe 0.5% a year, and they're booming along 10% growth in the South. People want to escape taxes. Yeah, people want to get the hell out of Seattle. They want to get the hell out of Portland. They're tired of the politics. They're tired of the socialism and the taxes and everything. They're tired of a government that always wants more spending, more taxes, more. You can't blame them. People start to vote with their feet, and there's nothing that they can do about it. Well, how you doing, Nancy? It might be okay to be handled by 911 because a lot of times when you call 911, nobody's even picking up the phone out here. Yeah, Florida's high growth because low taxes attract people. There's no state income tax. I mean, that's for starters right off the bat. So you'll see a city that's really, that I talk about in my video tomorrow, that's right on the bow of the boat there, looking at a very, very serious problem. Super serious. Yeah, but the robot will last for years. It won't call in sick. It won't go out on strike. It'll probably make the drinks more precisely. So, if it has to run for 3 or 4 years to recover the cost, it's probably a good investment. Wow, gas is $4.89. Yeah, I know, Candy. It's good to see you. But, people seem to like it. As to why, I don't know. I don't know whether people are addle-brained or I really don't know. How about the robot doesn't make any spills? How about that? And you don't have to worry about it having clean paws when it's picking up the cup, or have a resentful barista that's going to write something nasty on your cup. Well, you might not like it, honey. The Luddites didn't like the Industrial Revolution when it happened. They burst into the factories with sledgehammers and started breaking up the machines. But you know what? It didn't stop the Industrial Revolution. Oh, great, probably for most companies. I don't think so. I think AI is destroying the consumption side of the equation, boy blue. To wit, when I replace all these jobs with AI, the people that have lost their jobs, now statistically this is true according to Challenger Gray, the outplacement firm, they're on average going to experience 40% less salary in their next job. What does this do when you do the aggregate of all of the consumption that gets wiped out from knowledge-based jobs? What impact does that have on housing, on restaurants, on services? Yeah, the Luddites. Yeah, they didn't like the Industrial Revolution, so they grabbed hammers and sledgehammers and started to go on rampages in factories and destroy the machines as if that was going to slow down. Muscling into its market. That's what I'm saying. It's like a balloon, Ma Rich. You push one end of the balloon, it blows up the other end. If you cut off the export market to the U.S. or make it more expensive with tariffs and things, they're repositioning their output to other nations now and starting to exert a lever of depressing prices in those areas. But don't be fooled. You can talk about property bust. We had a property bust in 2008 here. The difference in China, they're not rushing in with government money and saying, here, you were stupid, but we're going to pat you on the back and we're going to bail you out. It's like, no, you suffer the moral hazards of shitty decision making. Meanwhile, hundreds and hundreds and billions of dollars funnel in every month in export earnings. Well, I would point to a couple things that say we're moving backwards. The price of silver and gold, for one thing. They're sending out a hellacious warning signal. And what is it, a warning signal? It's a warning signal of the United States. So you have to factor that into your, I went through the permanent pause in my womanhood. Okay, well, you're still a kid. You're ready to go see the Broadway show, Menopause, right? Enjoy. One day, I'm sure, Boy Blue, we'll look back when history's written and we'll talk about the signal that gold and silver were sending to the world at that time in the mid 2020s. Yeah, Menopause the musical. That's the beautiful thing about having dialogue. We won't know, but things will unfold. We'll know in the fullness of time. I feel Rosie being negative. It's okay. Yeah, because I'm looking at the bigger picture of what all markets are sending. I'm not being selective in the ones that are doing well. I'm having a broad scope on things, Boy Blue. And when you talk about being negative, in logic, we call that the fallacy of petitio principia. You're begging the question of why gold and silver are so high. You're taking the side issue of just saying, I'm being negative. But I'm putting out something there that's indisputable, inexplicable. China's in the housing crash, economic slump, capital flight, and I don't think there's any capital flight from China at all. I don't know where you copied and pasted that from, but capital flight, no, there's capital in flight into China. Every time they're selling $20 billion more of shit that they're selling out than they're buying, it creates a mountain of money. All you got to do is follow the money. Follow the money. That's where wealth goes, where money flows. Remember the old saying from MBA class? Wealth flows where money goes. Not debts, money, real cash, hard dollars. And they've been aggressively turning those into stockpiles of gold and silver. What do they see that we don't see? It has nothing to do with demand. Demand didn't change that radically. The only thing China has changed is they are the cheap consumer goods factory. They're still the cheapest, and they still have the deepest manufacturing base. They've been trying to push India, but there's something radically wrong with the government of India when it comes to capitalism. It's still suffering under the yoke of socialist British practices. Terrible infrastructure, terrible corruption, impossible to move around cities. It's a nightmare. And if you talk about like depression and stuff like that, who is better suited to sustain through hard times? The average Chinese person or the average American? China's had 5,000 years to be under the boot of emperors, empresses, dictators. They're used to every day being a shitty day. That's the fate that the average Chinese person expects. They just sit around, run their lives, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Here, if somebody has to go to work for 4 hours or so to earn food, oh, it's going to be like a major calamity. You understand the amount of money that's invested in every paycheck. You understand that the amount of money that's going to be invested is decreasing, right? As 401ks are cashed in and people lose their $150,000 to $300,000 software jobs. Shit, the whole Meta, Facebook closed down their whole virtual reality wing. Where are those people going to get a job? Yeah, thank you, Melody. You got to look at both sides of the consumption side and the production side. You can have great AI, but when you start destroying your consumer base and the ability of people to consume, it's going to be very problematic. Vacations, luxury vehicles, housing. Those people are going to end up cashing in and using their 401ks. Yeah, I'm not sure if Netflix is too smart in buying Warner Brothers for 72 billion or whatever. Especially in the age of AI. I think what they're really buying is the intellectual property rights. I'm Batman. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All the babies start pulling money out of the system. Fun begins. Exactly, Panjay. You don't have young people contributing. I have a neighbor that has never worked, has 2 kids, no dad's around. She's a third generation family living off the taxpayers. Yeah, it happens. It's a little harder to get supported in that life coming up, I think. Yeah, you can't tell me that college graduates today are going to be contributing into 401ks in a meaningful way. Are you kidding me? They've already risen, Boy Blue. They've already taken into account everything that you said was there's no more. They've already discounted not only the here but also the hereafter. Hey Mills, how are you? It's the same thing with Bitcoin. It factored in the last bit of positive psychology, and there's just the furnace blew out. There's no more. There's no more wave of interest in it. Yeah, we had a melt up in with the telecom thing. I remember that melt up. WorldCom melted up in Enron. What was that kook's name? It ran Enron or WorldCom. AOL. You've got mail. You have to understand that every time you have high profitability, you bring in tons of competition. And competition is always the death of every good idea. That's why high profits never sustain. You still have your AOL email? You have your dial-up still, Shimei? Yeah, well, yeah. Indiana. Remember that quarterback for Indiana played for Cal last year. Fernando. Yeah, but we have sea changes of economies, Ma Rich. Sea changes, just like in the UK. They're at a high level, but is it correct? Is the valuation correct on the United Kingdom? Or is the price earnings ratio sky high? And people are only parking their money there because that's what they've been doing for the last 10 years, puffing up the price earnings ratio and making a dollar's worth of earnings hideously expensive. Whereas in 1980, you could get PE ratios of 6, 7. Now they want you to 25, 30, 50 PE ratios. No thanks. I know bubbles when I see them. But if I'm wrong, it sure as hell won't be the first time. It won't be the last time either. No ego here. But you got to understand that people that are getting rich are fewer and fewer in the world. I hope you're doing it. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be warm mistletoe and hearts all aglow to be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Yeah, but Ma Rich, my problem with valuing future growth is AI is the limiter of future growth. Right? What's beyond artificial intelligence? Theological intelligence is the only next step I can think of. I am invested, boy, Blue. I've done very well. All the banking regulations have been lifted. Another Bernie Madoff moment. Well, commercial real estate is in a dither. Yeah, because we walk the streets, we see what's going on with commercial real estate. Who's going to open these mom and pop places and afford to pay people $20 an hour plus benefits and things? It's undoable. You have to cater to the masses, not the classes. Yeah, exotheology. That's right. That's the next step beyond AI. So once your AI has worked its charms, there is no more marginal. There is no more incremental. It's the end of the line. The sum total of all accumulated knowledge there. Meanwhile, at the same time, all this high tech stuff going on, you're going to have continued confrontations on the streets, more strikes and low end wages, more problems with food deserts in major cities and all that stuff. How you doing, Corporal? More smash and grabs, more random shootings. Yeah, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. That's right, Onyx. So although there's many great benefits of AI, it has to coexist in a world that is becoming more barbaric. That's a really hard task. Yeah, universal basic income. Yeah, try getting that through to the rich. Compounding interest. Yeah, that universal income is a really it's a long-standing socialism theory, all the way back to technocracy and other things in the 1930s. That we just have to take this money from the wealthy and redistribute it to the and there, and you do that, there goes creativity, there goes ingenuity, there goes the wolf at the door to make you get off your ass and actually be inventive and creative. You just totally disincentivized a whole nation. The greatest innovations, the greatest productivity came in the 1930s. You'll get higher interest rates, Buttercup baby. Look at interest rates right now. If things are supposed to be slowing down in areas, why won't interest rates go below 4%? They stand at 4.14% on the 10-year. My thought, it's going to see 6 to 7% before it sees 3%. Oh man, we got the Cormark guy here. There's too much. Debt out there to be funded. It's just destroying the capital markets underneath. Panjay, if you see 18% CDs, it's over. It's over. This is not like the 1970s, late 70s, early 80s, where an economy could still sustain 16%, 15%, 14% T-bonds. We're like hothouse orchids now. There's no way that business can survive those type of interest rates. Who in the hell is going to buy a car? A house? Everything comes to a screeching halt. And the countries that are the best able to cope with their debt have the lowest interest rates. Now people look at Japan. You guys aren't even talking about Japan. We have record high interest rates in Japan. Every time that interest rate ticks higher in Japan, it puts pressure on other nations that are out there competing for dollars to fund their own debt. It's like interest rates are rising worldwide. It's too high, Pandey. It's untenable. When you see a nation like Japan, and they have a worse debt ratio than we do, yeah, you're a hothouse orchid. So it's going to be pretty amazing. The civilization won't stand a post-labor economy. It won't. It will never come to fruition. I just like the contingency. Society will never withstand a post-labor economy. Land, labor, and capital are the three inputs of capitalism. Strike out labor, it's an untenable, it's like the Holy Trinity. Take out the Holy Spirit, what do you have? You don't have the Trinity anymore. All right, there goes Cormark, boy. Yeah, that's good, boy blue. I mean, you get some diversification in the S&P. That's smart. Nothing wrong with that. You don't get the best outcome, you don't get the worst outcome. Smart. Boy, what's the temperature now? We're still, what, 49 degrees. Whoa. It's a little warmer here because I'm on the asphalt. But it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. It's going to be very interesting to see. This is one of these transition times where something's got to give in a major way. And unfortunately, the psychology of the average American is not equipped to deal with the headwinds of being deprived of anything. The psychology of acceptance of what would you call it? Stress. The virtue of fortitude is not there. Phoenix has been cold. Oh, it's been cold here. It's been cold here. Yeah, we have a new wrinkle tomorrow, Melody. It comes towards the end of the video, but we now see another phenomena that's popping up that's gonna be real problematic. And it's something that nobody's even looking at right now. But we just had the first inkling of it. Ooh, ding dong, doo, doo. Oh, it's been really cold here. It's a biting cold. It just is relentless. You think the temperature is going to go up in the day, but it's foggy in the morning and cold, and the sun doesn't come out until like 3:30, and then by that time the day's already over. Be of good cheer, it's the most wonderful time of the year. The best view on the ship. No, the crow's nest is the best view on this trip, on the ship. MS-DOS Windows, not Pennsylvania cold. No, but everything is relative. Einstein taught us that everything is relative. Snow off and on. Yeah, hurting, bone hurting cold. Yeah. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Do 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 do. Marshmallows for roasting and Cormark for boasting. Do 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 do. The Cormark, man. It's going to be very interesting to see how things play out. Yeah, it's been super dry here. Like Titanic is in the waters. Man, this dude took forever to unload here. There's no way we can get out of here till Cormark boy goes. Did you see the Macy's all-time record number? Yeah, I saw the parade. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't think of having Thanksgiving without watching the Macy's parade. It's like a must-do thing for me. Yeah, thank you. I like it when we engage in back and forth. I like that. It stimulates thought. It makes everybody be sharp and on their toes. I like that. I can tell you one company that's rebelled against AI, and that is YouTube. They've X'd out, like deleted like over 31 million, 31 million YouTube channels for people that created AI content with, and that's going to be the big thing for next year. If you're using artificial voice and no people or whatever, and just narratives, yeah, you're probably going to lose the channel. Come on, Cormark, dude. Never underestimate human laziness. YouTube. And then, but for preliminary complaints received. Yeah, well, AI is supposed to take over those functions, but they want YouTube to remain a creator-driven platform, not an AI platform. I saw some that were insulted. Yeah, there's some terrible ones out there. Some terrible ones. Also, people that are impersonating other people and putting words in their mouth. Some people were making a really good go of that stuff, and then all of a sudden, boom, they just got the royal boot. Yeah, it's important that this platform have original content. AI come around the celeb. Yeah, they're taking them down, those impersonations. All these pension plans depend on market returns. Big surprise coming. They depended on something else too. Make sure to watch my video tomorrow, Panjay, especially towards the end of it. There's the next iceberg that's hitting right now. What do you make of Allied audio receivers? I got one, Libertine. Allied, interesting stuff. I mean, when you're done watching my video, you're gonna want to do some independent research and look up a few things, and you're gonna be shocked what the hell is going on this channel. I don't know, Melody, but I know this. AI is unavoidable. It's unstoppable, just like the Industrial Revolution. There'll be, the arguing will go, if we don't do it, China will. They're not going to have any ethical dilemmas of worrying about what AI does. Meanwhile, we'll ball ourselves up with ethical arguments and things like that. Meanwhile, the rest of the world will bypass us, blah, blah, blah. It's like, what's his name said, open AI, come January, we're not the policemen of the world. So you're going to be able to have AI generated porn through chat GBT and these other things. All right, take care, Shimei. Pretty soon, everything in your screen will be AI generated because it's another cost that can be xed out of production. But again, you have to have people that are able to pay to consume, no matter how it's produced. And if you destroy your consumer, it's not like we can export our stuff. I still see factories closing here. The beef packing plant in Tyson's plant in Nebraska, wood mill up in British Columbia closing down. You just can't, on the wage structure in America, you just can't be competitive on that basis unless you're using a lot of capital intensive production methods. Very interesting discussion, though. I love it. I love it. I like to be challenged. I guess it's a philosopher in me. Every other day recalls everything, including food, again. I think it's good to have very intellectual discussion. It helps improve everybody's understanding of things. When we cut ourselves off from alternative interpretations, we do so at our own risk. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Do 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 do. So for me, I think AI is a natural next step in the development of the world. My problem is that it's going to cause a massive disruption in consumption on the worker side. That's going to have to trickle through. I've been absolutely minimizing my time outside. 47 degrees. Huge mode. Yeah, I think Coca-Cola is is very proactive in their portfolio too. They don't live and die by Coca-Cola, so they have a lot of sub brands, and they're willing to take a risk. Yeah, they have a very they have a very unique market niche. The big risk for them is people turning more to energy drinks, but they have energy drinks in their own portfolios and things. But and also the whole problem with diabetes and overconsumption of sugar. Yeah, it's a good deal. Run over a cat or something? I'm just joking. That was a weird noise though. Have a Coke and a smile, baby. We have to recognize if interest rates go higher, the whole stock scenario goes out the window. CDs, bonds, notes, they all become attractive to people. They start to pull money away from stocks. They're a real threat. Interest rates are always the biggest thing to pop any bubble. Because we had very low interest rates. We still haven't pushed to the point where it's made a huge impact in the real estate market and things like that. But you start to get up to 7-8% mortgages, then you have a real impact on car purchasing. You start to really dent demand because the number of people that can afford to carry that type of cost are fewer and fewer because AI wiped out their jobs. It becomes a very select group of consumers. In other words, the masses get wiped out. Yeah, $10 billion a week just to service the debt. Whew. All right, you birds out. You pixies. You pixies. Oh. Out, you pixies. Shit, I just put a real knot into my shoe. Damn, boy. That's a problem. Alright, ooh. Alright, I gotta whiz and then feed the cats. you pixies. Oh, you pixies. Woo, it's cold, you little brutes. We got mashed joy juice tonight. Yum, yum. Yum, yum. Here, suck on that. There you go. Wait, you're always a hog. You sit there at the trough forever. Nobody likes a P-I-G pig. All right, boys, dig in. Boy. Oh, Tiger, you're such a slob. Such a slob. All right. Everybody looks pretty happy, eh? Everybody looks pert happy. Except me freezing my sack off. You wait a while. I've seen you just sit there like you own the joint. You look as big as the side of a barn. Oh, yeah, there's trip hazards here. Oh, what a pain in the ass. But it is what it is. You can see that they don't miss many meals. Oh, they're certainly well taken care of. Oh, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Oh, it is cold in here. There we go. All right. I can't stop eating. I don't know. I never had a dog throw up after it ate. And I've had a lot more dogs than I had cats. All right. had a ruckus out there. I thought we had a bit of a ruckus going on out there. Let's give ourselves a treat. Meat sauce. Hey Josh, how you doing? Oh, well, wait a minute, pull this. I don't know, you've never met Tiger yet. Tiger wouldn't walk away if his balls were on fire. He'd still be standing there, munching away. He's become the latest slob. So we have to kind of monitor for his own health. I mean, he's blowing up like a balloon, dude. I'm just saying, this cat just parks himself right there. All right, we got ourselves a hell of a knot here. Damn these first world problems. No, he's just a pig. As soon as the open feeding ended, that was the end of the chance for worms. That was it. There's food, yeah, that's exactly right. Shadow. And now, Tiger. Tiger's like out of control. Right? You just have to keep them away for a couple minutes when they're first settling in. Yeah, that's right. You sit out there a while and you mope. You mope a little bit. That's it. Tiger wandered in from someplace blocks away. Blocks away. But they're all in good shape. That's the important thing. They're all in good shape. Ooh, don't fall over. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Having a couple pieces of salami. Yeah, well, these cats are really chunked up. Magic's real beefy. Skywalker's beefy. Rosie's still meaner than hell. They used to fight a lot at the food bowl. Now they got used to the feeding regimen here, which is a good thing. There used to be a free-for-all. Oh, Hershey's Kisses, wow. That's really bad for a dog. Hey, Carrot Class. But you can tell they're in very good shape. And they're also good at holding rank to keep the other strays away that might wander through. That's when they get protective of their food bowl. They know what the score is. Well, the good news, Boy Blue, is their life expectancy is short. In a way, I don't mean good in the way of good, they're gone, but I'm just saying they don't live that long. And number two, every cat out there has been fixed. It took 2 months to pull it off, but every one of them, yeah, I did real good with spaying and neutering. I was very attentive to that. So that's it. We'll start to lose one here or there. That was the responsible thing to do. I knew I had cat food. They seem to be just fine. I mean, the cat food I buy at Costco, they seem to like, they wipe out the dry stuff during the day and they wipe out the wet food at night. So they're pretty doggone happy about it. How you doing? How you doing, WWVW? What's going on? But somebody said, would you have them indoor cats? Never, 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 never. I'm not even that big of a fan of cats, but I am a fan of doing the right thing. So. Oh, that guitar needs a serious tuning. Before we discovered chocolate, my dad used to give those bite-sized Three Musketeers. Why the dog kept having seizures? Wow. They say that sweet potato is very good for, if your dog's exploding with diarrhea or whatever, you put some canned pumpkin in the food, and that does a good job. Yeah, I've known for years. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. Hey, Adam Backward, how you doing? Yeah, royalty-free Christmas music never works. Pumpkin's good for dogs. They love it. Yeah. If you could turn all those red only ones, that would look awesome. Yeah, that's my ultimate goal. But that's a hell of a power draw, especially on some of this tube stuff. It's not bad on solid states. But that's why why I put a lot of outlets in the back to be able to carry the capacity of that. Carrots, and they talk about pumpkin in particular. The most wonderful time of the year. Do 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 do. I'm looking forward to being on the road. I don't know what it's going to be like in the Central Valley tomorrow with the tool fog. New Leon. Well, you have to reform them. I've had them blow up on me before in a terrible explosion in the workshop. A lot of people have seen that video. I got JBL and Polk there. You just have to bring up the power slowly to let them reform. There's some here that, 1978, Pioneer SX780, all original caps and stuff from 1970s. And there's some that, yeah, they're fine. Filter caps, they rarely have to. I'm not one of those people that just get something to be a part changer, because a lot of people that go down that road end up destroying end up destroying their units because they don't know how to properly remove the piece from a circuit board and replace it without breaking the traces and all that. It was shitty. They put the polarity in wrong. You have to be very methodical when you do repair work. Tule fog. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope there ain't a lot of tule fog out there. Yeah, it's you get people that just want to change parts out. The only reason I'm doing such an extensive job on the quadraphonic unit is because they showed signs of needing to be replaced. Say hello to JBL, James B. Lansing, 1962. Could the fall? Yes, yeah. You know it's going to be a dangerous run, Amanda Hogan. His limited visibility. Thank you, Supernova. That's only partial of what you're seeing there, right there. Yeah, fly by wire down there. That's it. Instrument rated. And it's going to be damn cold up in those mountains, in the Tehachapi Mountains too. Like, I don't even know what the temperature is in Tehachapi right now. My favorite receiver of all time is right here. The 1961 Fisher 800B. With beautiful champagne plate and a wonderful original walnut cabinet. I think Fisher was the peak of American know-how and high fidelity and stereophonic. Hence the Avery Fisher Music Hall. I've had a gas bubble all day. Yep, the wall of sound. Oh, it's a big wall of sound there. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so many, Fields. I appreciate it. All of this stuff is on playlist too. And it's been a couple years since I've been in the shop. I've been doing some other big projects that have absolutely been taking time up, but yeah, I tell myself to get one. This is a Dimplex here. It's Canadian made. It was the only one that looked realistic to me. And it has a heat too. You can turn on heat with a blower too if you want. I never run it. I'm always afraid I'll turn it off and my electric bill will be a nightmare. Hey, Kelly. Nestle Leon chocolate bar. What does your PG on average in the winter months when you heat the cheap? You're like $120 a month. I put it on once in a while just to knock the chill off. If I'm going to be working in here, because natural gas is pretty cheap right now. So, yeah, my first build was right here, the Hampton FM 80. The first tuning I had, I did all the restoration on the cabinetry. Got her working, a beautiful little tuner there. A lot of fun. Lot of fun. Scott is asking if you could point out the Pioneer receiver. Oh boy. This is the 1959-1960 Pioneer SMQ 300B, which could produce a synthetic stereo combining an AM station with an FM station. An AM tuner on one side, FM tuner on the other. They would publish in the newspaper tonight. The Firestone Theater is going to be broadcast. The New York Philharmonic, turn your AM dial to 1410, turn your FM dial to 88.6. So you have theoretically two different sources of sound coming out. And this would combine those two into a synthetic stereo. Fisher had that too. That's a very, very rare unit to see a Pioneer product from 1959, 1960. Below, you really can't see it, is the SX780, which is my favorite Pioneer. You can do the wall of sound vintage audio listening experience. You can hear this thing playing the theme from the Magnificent Seven. It is just amazing. It's got all the left channel, right channel dials that are fluttering and moving. I have some other Pioneers too. I have a Pioneer SX9000 with reverb. I have a Pioneer ER420 tubal. Pioneer's just great stuff. Great stuff. Yeah, well, thank you, Supernova. I enjoy. Let's see what's going to be cold. Yeah. So as soon as I don't have the heat on, I get up in the morning. Yeah, it's colder than a witch's here in the morning, but I hop in the shower real quick, and then I put on my Champion gear, and I'm pretty much good to go. Pretty much good to go. Once I'm kind of properly dressed, right? Yeah, it never got above 50 degrees today. It has a toggle switch that can also add heat to the fire if you want to. This is just electric. This is all just simulated fire in there. Yeah, thank you, Boy Blue. I also have H.H. Scott. I've got Dynaco, Harman Kardon, Sony, which is so underrated. Sony is so good. It's so bulletproof. It's so well made. Fogats. I tell people the most underrated one is Sony. Of course, I have a lot of Marantz here. And Marantz always commands top dollar just because of the signature blue dial face. And people love it. Please hit the thumbs up button. It is appreciated. It's going to be a short one tonight because I have to be on the road early tomorrow. The earlier, the better. I like to get through Oakland by about 5:45 in the morning. Yeah, Marantz always command top dollar with the Marantz. Yeah, thumbs up are appreciated. It's good to work on that stuff. I still have stuff that's bought. Which is the best sound? That's so, I have to be honest with you, Jerry. It's like, what's your favorite cola or whatever? People have different ideas of sound. Some are a little richer on the bass side, some are have a little higher frequencies. It just depends. It just depends. Everybody's going to have a different opinion. For me, you can't beat this SX 780 behind that little tube amp right there. I think we're going to do the cookout tomorrow night. We're going to kick off Mr. Z's vacation by doing the cookout tomorrow night. I'm going to stop at Lee's Liquors and pick up a little pint, a little travel pint to take up the road. When we go, thank you, Scottish. Got to remember the van has 145,000 miles on it, so I just kind of knock on wood a little bit. I kind of wish I had the truck right now, but I don't see that in my future right now. Truck boy, I don't know what his story is. We never call them old radio. So yeah, I will be live tomorrow night. We'll probably be doing the cookout. I'll be live shopping and all that. So people seem to enjoy that. Somebody's partying tonight. Good night, June and Jed. Have a good trip tomorrow. Love you all. Yeah, thank you, June. Oh, it's okay, honey. I'm going to be signing off in a couple minutes anyway. I've got to finish my final packing. I don't want to make it a real long night tonight. I used to be all live all the time when I would. This trip, I'll be back next Sunday. I can't be away too long. I have nothing really, no church project or anything that I'm going to be doing. Yeah, I'll help out with the morning feeding. I might see Judy there, which will be nice. I think she's pledged to help out, so that's going to be interesting. So to have somebody from my chat that goes down there could be pretty cool. Anyway, guys, I'm going to fold it out and say goodnight to you. Got a kind of a controversial video coming out tomorrow. I would appreciate your take on it. Hopefully it'll stimulate some people to do some independent research to look up some of the things that are being talked about there, especially the new iceberg that's on the horizon that I worry about. So thank you to my moderators. Hat on backward. Good to see you tonight. I'm sorry I'm not live later. I have to get up early tomorrow, and I have to finish packing. I haven't finished packing, and I always forget something. I always forget something. Anyway, guys, thumbs up are appreciated. Love all of you. See you all tomorrow live. And take care, everybody.